That was a beautiful moment for Joaquin of Topiara Boxing to honor. Before we move into our next fight, thanks for joining us for that.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for your time, Joe.
Now entering the ring, fighting out of the red corner, weighing in at 163 pounds, representing Troublemaker Boxing and trained by Pedro Baca. Let's hear it for Ryan Lights Out Foltz! Please welcome, fighting out of the blue corner, weighing in at 163 pounds, representing Topiara Boxing Club and trained by Albino Salcedo, Tom Freight Train Lotz!
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Fight number 2, y'all. Fight number 2 coming right at you.
Wow, great walkout songs for both.
Honestly, solid walkout songs. I'm a big fan of both.
Now, I feel like we have to dig into a lot of the demographic information here, right?
Oh, absolutely.
What do we know, right? If we're going by nicknames alone, we have Lights Out versus Freight Train.
Wow.
Excuse me?
Wow.
Who's batting cleanup? Both of them?
Both of them.
Both of them.
Easy. Excuse me while I go run through a brick wall.
They're both going yard today.
Oh, 100%.
The boys are going yard.
Nothing but taking it outside.
Now, some other things that we want to tap into, right? We do have like the height differential as well.
Oh, we have a big 5 inches difference right
Lights
here.
Out is 6'3", 163. Absolute beanpole with shoulders, right?
Sheesh.
Beanpole with shoulders. And then we got Lights Out 5'10", 163.
Our second bout of the evening is brought to you by our bronze sponsor, Vivimu.
All right.
Now, just digging into, again, before we see any action go down, we have a hotel manager versus real estate finance.
Honestly,
right?
I'm going hotel manager just based on career alone.
Can we just call this is going to be called the land grab?
Land grab.
That's what this round's
the land
called?
grab fight.
Yeah, this is land grab. Now, you could argue that is a very, it's not a very, like, related thing, but we're making stretches. We're making stretches.
We're trying to pick up on what they're putting down.
Right. I have context clues. I'm reading between the lines.
All right. Here we go, y'all.
Now we see this fight open up, right? We have the red corner. We have the red corner open it up, right? The height, trying to establish that dominance and establish that height with that jab out there.
And he's also doing a really good job right here at the beginning at changing levels, really dropping down. Because like we were saying earlier, if you're trying to hit from the top, it's going to be this kind of like pound slap with the wrist. But if you're able to change levels and then turn, that's when you can actually get some power behind that punch. Right now, Blue's got him on his heels, though.
Great reference. Now, I could definitely say, right, they're going head-to-head a little bit, right? The boys are banging.
Boys are banging.
The boys are
Yard
banging.
fight, baby. Yard fight.
Now, what we can see here, and what could be a little troublesome over time, right, is we're seeing the red corner, right? He's establishing that jab, but he's leaving that right hand down his waist. He's getting real comfortable with that right hand down by the waist and swinging that uppercut that you've never seen before, right? We're seeing a stoppage right there.
He's getting a full 8 count. He's back up.
He looked like he's ready to go again.
Red had definitely put him on skates a little bit. He was wobbling over there into the side.
Definitely.
Good bit of head movement there from Blue.
Yeah, what I think we might see here is if we see the right hand of Lights Out start to creep down to that waist again, we might see a window of opportunity for Freight Train just to get something across the chin.
I mean, he's doing a good job of staying up and close, but he's really kind of just leading with his head. He's got to stay eyes up to still look at where those openings are. Greatest weapon you got is your eyes on that, where it is you're going to hit. So he needs to keep closing that distance, but he's dropping his head a little bit too much, kind of putting out his most vulnerable area, like put his head out like, hey, hit me right here.
And when we do see him dip that head down, right, that rear uppercut from Lights Out is landing, right?
It is.
So
he's getting close.
Right. Not a bad first round. Again, an active round. A very active round for the boys.
So.
Now, once we see a round like that play out, right, we didn't have a flurry this time. We had more of a constant between them.
I think definitely, I mean, the fact that Blue did get that standing 8, Red came out on top for that round.
I agree. I think once we see a round go in that direction, we might need to see something shift. We might see that flurry to set the tone and just gain that respect.
100%.
Right?
If Blue wants to get back, if he keeps his head up and looks at what's going on, he can notice that Red is keeping that hand down at the hip. He's really leaning with those big, long punches. He's got the big hook from the outside. He's really throwing this long jab, but all of those punches do leave him pretty open if he's going to keep that opposite hand.
And to your point, right, the hotel manager is really managing that distance.
He's managing the distance.
You heard it here first.
All right, y'all. Let's see
Into
what we got.
round 2.
Blue coming out. Same thing. That flurry. And he again, shorter guy. He's going for the headshots when really what's right in front of him, clean, open body shots. Take them.
We are seeing some head movement from the blue corner, right, from Freight Train, but we are seeing a very calm and adjusted approach from
the red corner.
Lights Out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Lights Out's looking good. Foltz is able to sit back. I mean, that's one of the positives of having that long reach is that you can sit back and watch what's happening from a safer distance.
It seems like when we're seeing Freight Train wade in through the water to really challenge Lights Out, we are seeing that those eyes up and the range is there.
Yep.
Even when it's in close, he doesn't seem to be as concerned with taking one right to the chin.
No, not one bit. As he's taking a couple right to the chin.
That's
right
really
there.
true. That's true.
I mean, he definitely would do a good job to keep those feet moving, right? Come on, there.
Oh, and I think we see, right, wading in again, he saw an opportunity where things seemed to need. He needed that wade into the water approach again, right? He saw a little bit on the heels
100%.
and really went for it.
Especially for anytime you get the shorter guy, you got to be active on your feet. You got to get in there up in his face so he can't use that long punch against you.
Now, we're seeing the guys feel each other out. I think some fatigue might be setting in here, which is completely normal. This is a very active fight that we're seeing. First fight, this fight, it's pretty much a back and forth, which is what we love to see.
That's 100% what you love to see. There we go, a little bit of head movement. But some of these, when you put all that effort into the punch and it doesn't land, feel like you're wasting a shot or two. Second round, y'all. Ching.
Another great round, right?
Absolutely.
I think, a big theme that we're going to be harking upon over and over again is how active these rounds are. And the reason I say that is because even putting those hands to your chin for the rounds themselves is difficult.
Tiring. Yeah.
Super tiring.
Those arms have been working hard.
Right.
They get heavy fast. But you've got to keep those hands up. You got to keep the hands up, protect the face the whole time. It's what's going to allow you to get in close. It's going to allow you to choose those moves while you're making.
And I don't care if you've trained for 4 months plus. You might have had plenty of rounds on you. It's still, it's still a challenging thing to be out here. So anybody watching at home, barking at the screen, saying I would have done this,
well, then,
saying
you know
what pass
you
they would have thrown in high school.
You can always come out and do it,
yeah, we'll see you next year.
We'll see
How
you
about
next
that?
time, huh?
Yeah, we're in a few
love
cities.
To see you.
We'll see you there.
We'll see you there, baby.
We'll see you there, baby.
All right, third and final round, y'all.
A more cautious start, but Lord, did it pay off.
He's taken, again, headhunting in third round. People are always going for that knockout in here.
Yeah, the boys are getting tangled, right? You ever see, deer that start bucking each other and their antlers get caught?
And they just kind of fall over.
And kind of sees what, seems like what they're doing, right?
here for
The
that.
antlers are getting caught up a little bit, and then while they have one arm locked up, they're both swinging for the fences. It certainly makes for that, like, rock'em sock'em robots.
Wham, 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 wham.
Right. But at the same time, leaves you vulnerable, right? So you get another standing 8 count. Or, my mistake.
A little blood?
Maybe just a little bit of a headgear adjustment, maybe a little mouth guard, put it back in. And we're back to it.
There we go, right back
Here's
at it.
the flurry. Why didn't we not call him that? Freight train should be called the flurry. Honestly.
I mean, I could be a McFlurry. Maybe that should be, can you be Drew McFlurry Hartman?
I love it.
I personally like it. You're like, yes, I'm delicious. I'm loved by many people, but I'm dangerous.
Right, but in certain states, I never work.
But in certain states, I don't work.
Now we're seeing, here we go. There's that standing 8. And just for the folks at home, right, when we see a standing 8 count, it is more towards that concept of like intelligent defense.
Yes.
Right?
We started to see him having his hands down, not protecting his head.
There's a lot of volume coming in. But as we see that it kind of comes in these flurried moments, right, to bring that turn back, it could legitimately happen at any time, either way. So we are playing a game of chess, but it is a really narrow margin game as well.
Nice head movement there from Blue. Freight Train ducking and dodging.
Freight Train's really kind of spamming that dip to hook, and we're seeing some of these connect right now. We're seeing it connect. We're seeing that uppercut. We're seeing that uppercut come through for lights out.
Oh, there he goes.
Can he put the lights out? Can he put the lights out?
He's getting him right there.
Bravo, boys.
That was a clear finish right there, team.
That was
Very
good. There's a lot of love from the crowd right there.
Can't
a lot
argue
of
with
love
that.
from the crowd.
Can't argue with that. I mean, based on what we saw, I am pretty sure that our Ryan Lights Out Foltz took that one, the hotel manager, with that nice long reach. Especially there at the end. He really started connecting very direct with those shots.
That's true. I agree with you, Matt. I feel like the momentum of the fight, although it did ebb and flow, it did seem like the control was a factor, right?
Very much.
In terms of who picked the shots and who was able to connect on them. Not to say that we didn't see a great fight from Freight Train. Wow, there we go.
Oh,
we love that, the sportsmanship from the guys, and we're going to be weighing in on our opinion very soon.
Very much so. I agree, though, that the...
Ladies and gentlemen,
the
after
tide was
3
directed
rounds, we go to our
by
judges' scorecards
Lights Out.
for a unanimous decision, declaring your winner out of the red corner, Ryan Lights Out Foltz.
I said it once, I'll say it again. Ryan Foltz, beanpole with shoulders.
Beanpole shoulders.
Beanpole with shoulders.